Hey there, I was just reading a message from one of my beautiful matchmaking friends from Greece. She is a dynamic gal, and she was talking about a topic saying dating alone. And this is exactly what I've been talking about for my US clients. And it just really hit me hard to see that no matter where you are in the world, there's similar situations, there's similar behavior happening. So pre-COVID, this wasn't really a problem. This wasn't an obstacle for my clients. I did coaching, but I didn't need to do a lot. It was really just about giving them the opportunity to meet great people and making the connection and pre-qualifying my clients. But now I have to say, 5 years later, the COVID situation, it's changed. It has changed so much. People got so into taking care of themselves, so independent, but yet in an isolating way. And the trust factor and the anxiety levels have skyrocketed. And then dating has become this isolating journey of scrolling on apps, which I do not encourage. I understand you need to do it to a point, but for the most part, I want you to get back to your essence. I want you to get back to feeling good about yourself and knowing who you are. And just to stop and pause for a minute and realize that there are people feeling so alone in dating in other parts of the world. This isn't just happening to you. This is happening all over the place. And this is why I'm making a shift to put more priority on my coaching. And I have started a new membership program on Done Being Single because I feel so strongly, and I'm seeing this resonate even with my matchmaker friend in Greece, that she is also seeing it. She also works in Norway and she sees it there too. And so what we have really noticed together in our communications is that everyone became very isolated in COVID for all the reasons we understand and know, but it's now impacting us way past the time of us now no longer social distancing. What ended up happening, and it's been fascinating, like the first year of COVID, I noticed that all these people were signing up for the coaching and the accelerated program. They're like, oh my gosh, I thought I had more time to find my person. By the second year of it, I ended up signing up the most high level clients. They were ready to shoot for the top, do the biggest, but they actually were the least productive. They were the least of following through on their homework and engaging and doing necessary steps, but yet they were ready to invest in the bigger steps. They were curious, but not necessarily ready to make the moves. Then the third year of COVID, everybody did nothing, literally nothing. I can't believe how little movement happened in my business in 2023. Now, 2024, people came back. They wanted to start dating. They wanted to start getting out and meeting people. And I set up a record number amount of introduction dates. Truly phenomenal. Every week, week in, week out, one appointment after another. Absolutely amazing. I haven't have to sit down and find the final tally, but I know for sure in 15 years, 2024 was my number one year of setting up dates for my clients and actually getting them on a first date. The number one year of the amount of first dates. But 2025 has now become a time where people are putting everything on the other person. They are not taking responsibility. They are not taking accountability. They are expecting perfection, absolute perfection. They want the perfect body. They want the perfect message. They want the perfect date. They want the perfect conditions of every aspect. They want them in perfect health. They want them with the perfect level of availability. This is insane, but it is true. As a matchmaker, I actually know what's happening because I know what people are messaging one another. I know what people are asking me. I know what feedback I get after an introduction date. And I know what they're doing to sabotage themselves. This is why I am so passionate about my new membership program because I'm realizing that it's no longer about finding you the perfect person. I've got the perfect people for my clients to meet. What it is I need to shift. I need to shift to coaching again. I used to have a program where I actually coached clients for 3 months before I even allowed them to be matched. And I'm thinking I might need to be going back to that level of extreme because people are not doing this right. They are so guarded. It makes me so sad. They are so cautious. They are not letting themselves love or be loved. The comments that people will make are so ridiculous about why they won't go out with somebody again. It just breaks my heart on all levels. I have to say, I am so sad because there are so many great singles. Really, I have a huge Rolodex of the coolest, most beautiful, most handsome, well educated, dynamic people that are ready, so they say, for love. But when given the opportunity, they will come up with ridiculous excuses, ridiculous things. And I want you to know that I don't think it should be this hard. Dating doesn't have to be this difficult. We need to make a decision that this year is the year that we hold accountability for letting go of other people's perfection expectations that we put on them and letting ourselves in turn not need to be perfect, but also let ourselves actually fall in love. And even if our heart gets broken, even if it sucks, even if it doesn't work, it's better than not doing it at all. I want to say that people are so alone right now, and they don't have to be. People really don't have to be so alone with dating. It doesn't have to all be in your head. You don't have to figure it all out. I'm here for that. My matchmaker friends are here for that. But we really want you to understand that you're not alone in feeling this way. This is really happening. But we do know that no matter what goes on, you need to make some significant changes. You have to make some choices. You have to decide where you're at on this because you're missing the boat. The really great people are passing you by. You might have met them. I probably have introduced you to somebody that is amazing, but you missed out because you couldn't see them from the essence of fresh eyes. You saw them from your checklist. You saw them from your inadequacies. You saw them from your own frustrations. You saw them from all the other people that have hurt you before that might have had something similar, but yet you overlapped them and thought you were saying no to somebody else, but you really were saying no to somebody new. So I am Jacqueline, and I have been a matchmaker for so long, and I have been dating coaching for so long. But I am so heartbroken over the amount of people that just are not letting themselves love or be loved. I mean, it sucks when it doesn't work out. It really does. But you deserve to keep on trying. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I have beefed up on the amount of videos that I do. That's why I keep coming up with ideas and inspiration and tools and programs and possibilities because there are just too many people. I have this huge list of singles that are just not going to the next step. They are not even getting the first kiss. They are not even getting the first orgasm. They're not getting even a hug. Oh my gosh, it's just driving me crazy. I remember years and years and years ago, I had this client when I used to do in-person appointments, came into my office. He was a little bit early. I had a few minutes between the last appointment and the next one, and he pops in about 10 minutes early. And so I still needed to make some notes and do a few things before it was time for him. So he comes to the door and I look at him and I go, oh, okay, go ahead. Just have a seat. Just have a seat. No worries. I'll be with you, but I need a couple more minutes since you're early. Can you wait? And he was like, sure, no problem. And he kept standing there. And 3 times I said, oh, no, go ahead, have a seat. No worries. I just need to write a couple things down. And he just kept standing there. And then I say it again. And then he kept standing there. And then finally he sits down, slowly sits down. And then I come over to do our appointment and it was coaching. And as I'm sitting there about 15 minutes into it, all of a sudden this rush of emotion comes over me. And I go, oh my gosh, he was waiting for his hug. He was waiting for me to stop what I was doing, greet him with the hug that I always give. I'm a good hugger, and make a moment just for him. But I was letting myself overlap with my busyness, threw me off because he was early. And I've always been haunted by that moment. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening right now. We are not giving the hug. We're not receiving the hug. We're not getting the time together. We're not doing the face-to-face. We're not closing up the old chapter to let the new chapter come in. Mine was a work reason, but it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So I want you to know you're no longer alone dating. I am here for you. And really, it's not about finding and meeting the right person, that you just haven't met Mr. Wonderful or Miss Wonderful. You need to change how you're dating. You need to actually not even be doing this kind of dating anymore. What we did before doesn't work. What we are going to be doing together will work when you follow the steps. What do you think about this? What are your thoughts about dating alone? It's a pretty profound statement. And I got to talk with you about it. I got to get this going. We got to make this happen because I know all these great singles and they're staying single because everybody's so freaking not moving forward. They're stubborn. They're too caught up in themselves. So I need to talk to you because you're the one listening right now and you're the one that I want to get through to. So are you really ready? You want to listen? Okay. I want to share. I've got so much more to tell you. So let's keep this conversation going. Jump in, subscribe, like, comment. Let's talk about this. I don't want to do this alone either. I want to do this with you, but I need your engagement. I need you to be a part of our channel so that I have more people that I'm talking with, more feedback, more ideas, more tips. I need to know what it is that you want me to share because I got all the details because I actually know what's happening because I talk to the real people that are looking for love. So let's keep talking about this.